You're watching Boost HD with your host, Adam Lubin.
Hey, what's going on guys? It's Boost HD here. So in this video I'm going to be talking about my thoughts and feelings towards the new 5K iMac. So of course I haven't actually got the funds to go ahead and actually buy this device, but I was able to go ahead and take a trip into the old Apple store to get a feel of how the device performs, what the display looks like, and things of that nature. So first of all, I'd like to of course talk about the display. So the display is absolutely phenomenal. The contrast is fantastic. The saturation is decent and well balanced. I mean, everything about the display you can possibly imagine that's been hyped about this display is pretty much true. I mean, when I was walking past, I mean, there's a whole queue of people wanted to just have a look at it. I mean, anyone who walked past it had to take a second look to say, wow, that is a really fantastic display. So there's no shying away from it. The display on this computer is fantastic. I mean, no matter how close you go, you're not going to see any pixels on this Retina display whatsoever. You're not going to see a single pixel, no matter how close you get to the actual monitor of the computer. So that is pretty much nipped in the bud for everybody thinking that, oh, 5K. No, it's 5K and it is fantastic. So there's no way of trying to get out of that. So next on my agenda was to really take a look at the whole hardware of the device. So as you know, they're no longer using the NVIDIA cards in the iMacs. Now they've actually switched hands and now using the AMD Radeon R9. So that's the new graphics card that they're using in the actual computer. And the thing with this is that there was no way that this was actually going to run 5K by itself. That was the whole skeptical about it. So what they've actually did, they've actually pretty much had to work hard with AMD, tweaking things here and there. So Apple and AMD be working very hard to try and get this computer to perform at 5K. I can actually praise Apple, so they've actually worked really, really hard to try and get this monitor out there, because they've pretty much gone beyond the step and beyond the Call of Duty. They haven't just stopped at 4K, they've gone right up to 5K to try and really, get that step over the market of 4K, which is pretty much even in its niche market already. So next I'm going to talk about the whole performance of the iMac. So I wasn't really too sure if this iMac was for the general consumer or the professional. I really wasn't too sure, because they've gone with the i5 processor and they've gone with the i7 processor. Now, for something that's going to be, carrying heavy 4K files, if the person is going to be using 4K files, raw 4K files, the actual 4K from a professional 4K camera, then I can't understand why Apple thought it was a good idea to use an i5 processor in this build. I mean, if it was down to me, I would have kept the i7 and I would have gone for a Xeon processor. If you're going to be doing heavy 4K rendering and 4K video, which is what people are going to actually be buying this iMac for, from anyway the professional side of things. But looking at this computer, I don't understand really why they thought it was a good idea to go with the i5. I think maybe they were more concerned about losing the market for the Mac Pro if they were going to throw in a Xeon processor in. I think they were worried about if people are going to see that there's going to be a Xeon in the iMac, then people are going to prefer to go with the iMac. It's got 5K, they don't have to go ahead and buy a 4K monitor. So I'm pretty sure that's why Apple decided to make sure they did not go above an i7 for this iMac, even though it's really set up people who are going to be doing heavy rendering, high resolution rendering. In most cases going to be at 4K. So I guess this boils down to thinking, is this 5K iMac going to be future-proof? So in some cases yes, and in some cases no. Of course, in display-wise, this is going to be definitely future-proof. I mean, the people aren't even using 4K at this stage, so 5K is pretty much well and beyond. That's definitely future-proof in the display category. But for the performance category, I'm not quite sure, because as I mentioned before, with that, if you've gone for the base model and gone for the i5 processor, it's probably going to struggle with heavy rendering. You're better off with the i7. If you're going to be going out to buy this computer, I'd definitely go ahead and opt and spend that extra money and get the i7 for future-proofing circumstances. But of course, if you're someone who's not going to be doing heavy video editing and just going to appreciate the whole display on its own, then maybe the 5K will be alright if you're going to be doing some light photo editing or some light video editing. But apart from that, it should be okay when you're going to be using it for day-to-day usage. So one of the final things I actually forgot to cover is that there's no way that you can actually use this lovely display on this lovely iMac as an external monitor. And I know that annoyed quite a lot of people, because a lot of people thought, I had the idea that if I'm going to get a Mac Pro, then I can of course use this monitor or this display from the iMac as an external monitor. But unfortunately, you bang out of luck there, because Apple have made it possible that there's no way you can use this as an external display. But Dell now have come out with a new 5K monitor. They're hoping to, in the process of releasing it, but this monitor is $2,500 in the American term. I'm not sure how much it is in pounds, but I'm guessing it'll be a bit cheaper in pound sense. But it's $2,500. So, and that's just for the monitor. There's no computer with that whatsoever. So that is pretty much a massive downside for people who were hoping that they could actually get an iMac with the high resolution display and use it as an external monitor. So anyway guys, that's been my take on the new 5K iMac. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for more content. Like if you enjoyed as well. So it's been Boost HD here. Thank you for watching. Take care. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next tech video. Bye for now.